Grishneshwar Jyotirlinga, considered the final Jyotirlinga that completes the set of 12 holy abodes of Lord Shiva.
On the previous episode, we have taken you to the Bhimashankar Jyotirlinga. But in this episode, we are leaving Pune and heading towards Aurangabad, officially known as Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. For that, we have taken Pune Nandir Express from Pune and it will take us to Aurangabad overnight.
Aurangabad railway station is the nearest railway station to reach out Grishneshwar, as it is only 33 km by road.
After coming out of the railway station, you have to take an auto or a bus to reach Central Bus Stand, and it is 3 km away from railway station. From there, you will get the direct bus for Verul, where our beloved Mahadev resides.
But when we reached there, we saw 42 number bus is already standing outside of the railway station in the early morning. We came to know it is going directly to Grishneshwar Temple.
Here, one thing I need to tell you, if you are staying in Verul, don't get the day pass in bus. Instead, get the direct ticket for Grishneshwar. While traveling to any religious place, I sometimes wonder why it took me so long to understand spirituality. I feel as if I wasted half of my life searching for it. India as a nation is a hub of pilgrimage. When we are raised in this very ground, why do we miss its value? Why we choose materialistic things to make ourselves happy?
I kept trying to find the reason and troubling my mind for an answer. By that time, we reached Verul and I diverted my thoughts.
In many vlogs, I have seen many hotels are available nearby Grishneshwar Temple. That's why I did not bother with pre-booking. Once we arrived, first thing we did to take a hotel. You will get a lot of hotel nearby the temple, so you can directly go and choose by yourself. The mythological story of how this Grishneshwar Jyotirlinga was formed was directly associated with the Shivalay Kund or Amrit Kund, which is very much nearby to the Grishneshwar temple. Later, a beautiful step tank was rebuilt in this area by Ahilyabai Holkar. That's why it is called Ahilyabai Holkar Shivalay Tirth.
The tank has stone steps on all sides, 4 raised bastions and 8 small temple towers with shivlings. A special feature is that the talav is surrounded by shivling placed in all directions, allowing visitors to walk around and perform jal abhishek at each one. It is a sacred water pond believed to contain holy water sourced from 8 river tirth: Ujjain, Dwarka, Trimbakeshwar, Mahalakshmi, Kashi, Gaya, Gangasagar and Lonar. This divine water is said to purify and bless devotees, enhancing the spiritual significance of this place. Ghushma, wife of Sudam, had no children for long time. On advice, she started making 108 Shivalingas every day and immersing them in Shivalay Kund while praying to Lord Shiva. Because of her devotion, she was blessed with a son. Her elder sister Shudeha became jealous of Ghushma's happiness and one day killed the child. Even after that, Ghushma did not stop her daily worship of Lord Shiva. Pleased with her faith, Lord Shiva appeared before her, brought her son back to life, and asked her to ask for a blessing. Instead of punishing her sister, Ghushma forgave her and requested Lord Shiva to stay at that place forever. Lord Shiva agreed and appeared there as the Jyotirlinga known as Grishneshwar or Grishneshwar. This is the only Jyotirlinga temple in India where you can find the carving of Lord Shiva, Goddess Parvati, Ganesha and Kartikeya sitting on Nandi with Ma Ganga on the top of the temple in white stone, which can be clearly seen from the south entry of the temple. The temple, built of red rocks, is composed of a five-tier shikhara, was reconstructed by Ahilyabai Holkar in 18th century. On the shikhara, if you observe carefully, you will get to see Panchapandav with Draupadi and Lord Ram, Lakshman and Sita on west, Dashavatara of Lord Vishnu on north and east side, and few other important sculptures. You can also see the name written under each sculpture.
Additionally, this temple has 24 beautifully decorated pillars adorned with different mythological stories. Take time to understand all the stories once you come out of the Garbhagriha. I bet you will be mesmerized by each identification.
These pillars are surrounded by Nandi and Kurma avatar just outside of Garbhagriha. There you can sit or meditate once you come out of darshan, or you may explore the figures carved on four sides of each pillar. The real happiness is to identify each carvings.
Let's talk about what are the other temples you can visit nearby the Jyotirlinga temple. You can either go by walk in the afternoon or you can hire an auto to visit all the temples. Me and my mom decided to take a walk in the afternoon because all the temples are within 2 kilometer radius.
Laksha Vinayak Ganapati is the 17th under 21 Ekavingshati Ganapati Pithas in India. In Treta Yuga, to destroy demon Tarakasur, Lord Kartikeya performed penance and rituals dedicated to Lord Ganesha at this very place, following the instruction of Lord Shiva. Lord Ganesha, who normally remains invisible to God and sages, appeared here in a divine and auspicious form and gave his sacred vision. Lord Skandavada Laksha Vinayak then merged into the idol that was worshipped here. Later, with the blessings of Lord Ganesha, Kartikeya became powerful and victorious and destroyed the demon Tarakasur. Sri Dattashram Shiva Trust is located right opposite the Shivalay Kund. We pass in front of the temple but often do not notice it because it is slightly elevated from the road level. The temple is very beautiful and clean. At the entrance of the temple, there is a beautiful idol of Lord Shiva in the center. Inside, there is an idol of Adi Shankaracharya. In front of the idol of Sri Dutt Maharaj, there is also a small Shivling. When we visited this temple, our mind felt very happy and experienced divine energy. The Vishwakarma Temple Mulsthan at Ellora, Verul is a sacred temple dedicated to Lord Vishwakarma, the divine architect and creator of Hindu tradition. The temple is called a Mulsthan, meaning the original sacred seat of worship. It is located on Ellora Hill, about 1.4 km from Grishneshwar Jyotirlinga Temple. This temple has a peaceful and sacred atmosphere, and visiting this temple is believed to bring blessings for skill, creativity, and success in work. The 12th Jyotirlinga Shiva Temple at Ellora is an unique and sacred temple located near the Vishwakarma Temple Mulsthan in Verul. This temple is specially designed in a shape of a large Shivalinga, symbolizing the divine presence of Lord Shiva. Inside the temple, devotees can worship all 12 Jyotirlingas at one place, which represent the most sacred forms of Lord Shiva across India. Outside of the temple, you will get to see Shanidev is gracefully standing in front of the entrance.
Someone visiting Grishneshwar Jyotirlinga Temple but not visiting world famous Ellora Cave, that's impossible. So today we are heading towards UNESCO World Heritage Site Ellora Cave, which is just 1 kilometer away from Grishneshwar Temple.
But I will show you the Ellora Cave and talk about its history in details in the next episode. You just have to wait for a few more days.
That's all for today's video. I hope you could connect with me and plan your next trip to Grishneshwar Jyotirlinga Temple. See you in the next episode of this series. Until then, raise humanity and spread peace.